We are talking about being censured. Uh-oh. We're talking about Adam Schiff. This is Representative Luna arguing on censuring Adam Schiff.
Schiff ripped apart American families across the country with repeated false narratives. His own political good was served by permanently destroying family relationships and sowing lasting division across our land, which we live with every single day. The perpetrator of this web of deceit became mainstays on cable news, waking up every morning with one goal: to lie to the American people that there was a direct evidence of Russia collusion.
She's talking about.
Despite transcripts from Schiff's investigation showing that the Director of National Intelligence, former Obama Attorney General, former Attorney General, and FBI Director, to name a few, went on record telling Schiff's committee that there was no direct evidence for his criminal conspiracy. Yet to this day, Schiff actively fundraises off of his exploitation of Americans as if robbing them from the truth and $32 million in taxpayer dollars was not enough. Can anyone in this chamber comprehend this list of crimes and yet somehow believe that there should not be an answer for it?
No.
This is not a partisan act. This is not a conservative versus liberal vote. This is a clear vote between right and wrong, and I urge you to do the right thing. I will end with repeating with what I started with. The American people do not trust Congress. The cyclical pattern of lies has worn down the credibility of every institution and every official in the United States government. You see it, I see it. If we run away from this opportunity to hold this man accountable, there is only one fault, and that is of ourselves. We will betray the people who trusted us and sent us here to do the right thing. We will be responsible for the end of any shred of justice in this body, and we will reject the duty that we swore an oath to protect upon taking office. I reserve the balance of my time. 2 minutes of my time to the gentleman from Tennessee, Representative Ogles.
Adam Schiff, pencil neck.
Abused his power of chairman of the House Intelligence Committee to create false narratives that were sold to the American people about President Trump. The Mueller report and Durham report both proved that the basis for the so-called Russian collusion investigation was non-existent. The representative from California misled the American people and compromised the interests of the United States of America in service of defeating, persecuting, attacking, and defaming President Donald Trump.
That's right. Talking about
Mr. Speaker, he was hasty, he was prejudiced, and he was wrong. It's clear he was concerned for no one but himself in the advancement of the Democratic Party, their political agenda. $32 million later, the American people are left with lies and the obligation to pick up the tab for this boondoggle of a political witch hunt. The representative from California prioritized personal political gain over the interests of our nation, and he more than deserves to be censured by the people's house. The Democratic Party has allowed an invasion on our southern border, where every small town in America is now a border town. Every one of us knows someone that's been poisoned or overdosed because of fentanyl. Illegals are raping and killing people across our country, and what do? They claim to have a solution, and they have none. Mr. Speaker.
Manager reserves. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
I yield to the distinguished gentleman from California, the former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Mr. Schiff, for as much time as he may consume.
Oh, we got pencil neck here. All right, here it is.
To my Republican colleagues who introduced this resolution, I thank you. You honor me with your enmity. You flatter me with this falsehood. You, who are the authors of a big lie about the last election, must condemn the truth-tellers, and I stand proudly before you. Your words tell me that I have been effective in the defense of our democracy, and I am grateful. And yet this false and defamatory resolution comes at a considerable cost to the country and to the Congress. At a moment when millions of people in our home state of California are unable to find a place to live or afford a place to live, Speaker McCarthy chooses to occupy the resources of Congress for 2 straight weeks on this hollow sop to the MAGA crowd. He offers nothing to those who are homeless or addicted to opioids or to millions of college students mired in debt, but this paltry distraction. Donald Trump is under indictment for actions that jeopardize our national security, and McCarthy would spend the nation's time on petty political payback, thinking he can censure or fine Trump's opposition into submission. But I will not yield. Not 1 inch. The cost to the Speaker's delinquency is high, but the cost to Congress of this frivolous and yet dangerous resolution may be even higher, as it represents another serious abuse of power. Donald Trump has threatened that any of you that defy him and vote against this partisan resolution will be met by a primary challenge, and he calls for my imprisonment. If a transient majority can punish and attempt to silence members who hold a corrupt president to account, there is no telling what further corruption of office will follow. And I say this to Speaker McCarthy and others who wish to gratify Donald Trump with this act of subservience or bend to his demands. Try as you might to expel me from Congress or silence me with a $16 million fine, you will not succeed. You might as well make it $160 million. You will never deter me from doing my duty. No matter how many false justifications or slanders you level against me, you but indict yourselves. As Liz Cheney said, there will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain. This resolution attacks me for initiating an investigation into Trump campaign solicitation and acceptance of Russian help in the 2016 election, even though the investigation was first led not by me, but by a Republican chairman. It would hold that when you give internal campaign polling data and your polling data to a Russian intelligence operative, while Russian intelligence is helping your campaign, as Trump's campaign chairman did, that you must not call that collusion, though that is its proper name, as the country well knows. It would fine me for the costs of the critically important Mueller investigation into Trump's misconduct, even though the special counsel was appointed by Trump's own attorney general. It would reprimand me over a flawed FISA application as if I were its author or I was the director of the FBI. And
no, they all should be censured
only
too.
Discovered years later and by the Inspector General, not Mr. Durham. In short, it would accuse me of omnipotence, the leader of some vast deep state conspiracy, and of course, it is nonsense. But here is the real gravamen of my offense. I led the first impeachment of Donald Trump for one of the most egregious presidential abuses of power in our history. And I led a trial which resulted in the first bipartisan vote to remove a president in history. And I would do so again. I warned that if Trump was not held accountable, he would go on to try to cheat in even worse ways in the next election, and he did, inciting a violent attack on this very Capitol.
Yeah.
And after that, I participated in some of the most important hearings in congressional history, hearings that exposed Donald Trump's incitement of a dangerous insurrection to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. The question is not why am I the subject of this false resolution for doing my constitutional duty, but why are you not? Why are you not standing beside me, the subject of a similar rebuke for speaking the truth? Why did you not stand up to Donald Trump? Why did you not reject his immorality? Why did you not condemn his dishonesty? Why did you not speak out when his horde attacked this Capitol, or now when he treats the nation's secrets with such carelessness, lawlessness, and disdain? Why did you hide
putting him in his garage?
From efforts to hold him accountable? Why were you silent?
Why is the FBI
afraid,
burying the FD-1023?
unwilling to do your ethical, constitutional duty?
Where's
Why
Merrick
did you
Garland
cower?
at?
Why did you cower? And why do you still? Will it be said of you that you lack the courage to stand up to the most immoral, unlawful, and unethical president in history, but consoled yourselves by attacking those who did? Today, I wear this partisan vote as a badge of honor.
No.
Knowing that I have lived my oath, knowing that I have done my duty to hold a dangerous and out-of-control president accountable, and knowing that I would do so again in a heartbeat if the circumstances should ever require it.
Representative Luna posted this on her Twitter. This actually was posted June 20th, 2023. She said, I have called up my censure motion. We'll be bringing the vote to hold Adam Schiff accountable to the floor tomorrow. That is today. And so I've actually pulled up the bill, or the resolution, I would say. Luna posted this on her website. She said, Luna is bringing the vote to the floor Wednesday to censure Adam Schiff. Here's what she said. I've called up my censure motion and will be bringing the vote to hold Adam Schiff accountable to the floor tomorrow. It says, I have spoken to many of my colleagues. A majority of the 20 will be changing their vote. We have secured the number of votes needed to censure Adam Schiff and refer him over to ethics. Let me be clear, she says. This is not retribution. The GOP recently voted to refer one of our own to ethics for investigation. The fact is, as you saw today with Hunter Biden and the DOJ, there is a double standard of justice in this country. It is well within my right as Congresswoman to file a privileged motion to hold Adam Schiff accountable for abusing and exploiting his official position and bringing dishonor to the House of Representatives. I am fully aware of the constitutionality of it all, and that is what this is about. It says, I look forward to restoring honor to the House of Representatives this Wednesday and appreciate the members who have come forward to support this historical censure in an effort to bring accountability and trust back to this very sacred institution. It's important to remember that in Congress, although we hold the House, we do not have the Senate or the White House. We have a select number of tools like these privileged motions and the Holman Rule that we can utilize as individual members that will not go to die in the Senate. As I've stated before, I am representing the interest of those who trusted me to come here and do the right thing, as well as those who have felt that their voices have been ignored and the issues and their wishes disregarded. So this was the most recently submitted one. You can see this was latest action, House 620, notice of intent to offer resolution. Mrs. Luna notified the House of her intent to offer a privilege resolution pursuant to the clause in Rule 9. The chair announced that the resolution will be made at the time designated for consideration of the resolution. So, and let's take a look at it. Out of the 118th Congress first session, censuring Adam Schiff, representative out of California. The resolution says that whereas the allegation that President Trump colluded with Russia to interfere with 2016 has been revealed as false by numerous in-depth investigations, including the recent report by special counsel John Durham, which documents how the conspiracy theory was invented, funded, spread by President Trump's political rivals, one of them named Adam Schiff. Whereas Representative Adam Schiff, who served as ranking minority member and then chairman of the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, occupied positions of extreme trust, affording him access to sensitive intelligence unavailable to most members of Congress. And he used that very intentionally. They say for years, Representative Schiff abused this trust by alleging that he had evidence of collusion between Russia and Trump. But it's clear from reports by Special Counsel Robert Mueller, Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz, and Special Counsel John Durham that that never existed. Now, they're going to say that they had conversations about poll numbers and stuff. Every little thing that they can extrapolate out, they say was collusion. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden sitting on the board of Burisma and Daddy Joe getting $5 million payments allegedly are nothing to even bat about. It's just a conspiracy theory by the MAGA Republicans. They say for years, Representative Schiff has spread false accusations that the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. And Representative Schiff also on March 20th, 2017, very specific date now, perpetrated false allegations from the Steele dossier accusing Trump associates of colluding with Russia into the congressional record. Read the whole thing into the record. And Schiff comes out and is explaining that all of this is true, but it's all fake. The Steele dossier is totally illegitimate. It says that Trump, went to Russia and some prostitutes, something, urinated on him in a bed somewhere in a hotel. So she continues, she says, once again, abusing his privileged access to classified information, Schiff released a memo justifying the accuracy of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Warrant application on a Trump associate called Carter Page. And so if we go back to this diagram, the FISA warrant is the court that allowed them to go and spy on Trump. And all of this was done on false pretenses, not accurate. And the FBI knew and should have known about it. And Schiff picked it up and tried to cover it up. Later found out by the Inspector General, Horowitz, to have 17 major mistakes in getting that warrant. Also provoked the FISA court presiding judge. Her name is Rosemary Collier. She stated unequivocally in one of her opinions, the FBI misled the FISA court. They know what they're doing, right? Their malicious activities are done with intent. So, we forgot to file it in the wrong place or something. No. It's convenient that all of your little mistakes happen one direction. Luna continues, censuring Schiff, says as ranking minority member and chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Schiff behaved dishonestly and dishonorably on many occasions, including publicly falsely denying that his staff communicated with a whistleblower to launch the first impeachment of President Trump, setting it up. Whereas, Luna says, as part of his impeachment efforts, Schiff, during a hearing in September 26, 2019, Schiff misled the public by reading a false retelling of a phone call between Trump and President Zelensky. Fake transcript. On March 28, 2019, every Republican member of the Intelligence Committee signed a letter calling for Schiff's immediate resignation as chairman of the committee. And Schiff hindered the ability of the Intelligence Committee to fulfill its oversight responsibilities responsibilities, and this is an indispensable pillar, they say, of our national security. Whereas these actions of Schiff misled the American people, and they brought disrepute upon the House of Representatives. And so therefore, Luna says, be it resolved that the House of Representatives of this 30th Congressional District censures Adam Schiff of the 30th Congressional District for simply misleading the American public and for conduct unbecoming of a member of the House. They say that Representative Adam Schiff will forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives for pronouncement of the censure. So you get your big butt down right here in the middle of this room, Schiff. We're going to scold you. Schiff will be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. Well, that'd be fun. The Committee on Ethics shall conduct an investigation into Representative Adam Schiff's falsehoods and misrepresentations and abuses of sensitive information. Drafted by Representative Luna. Here, no mention of a $16 million fine or penalty. And so this is the one that is presumably right there in front of the House of Representatives. Here it is.
House Resolution 521, resolution censuring Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California.
Question is on adoption of the resolution. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
5 minutes, baby. All right, Congress, get to it.
This last vote in the House is on a resolution to censure Congressman Adam Schiff over his claims about former President Trump's ties to Russia while serving as chair of the House Intelligence Committee. A vote to censure Representative Schiff was blocked last week. This resolution today was revised to remove a $16 million fine. Now, if the censure is approved,
this lady's
Congressman
doing a great
Schiff
job.
would
Thank
be
you.
the 25th House member to ever be censured.
Oh, look at this. All right, so we have the votes coming in. It's 141 yays to 132 nays. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Get those votes in. 3, 2, and 1. And that's the game. 4 vote present. 212. 213. It came in after the clock. Who was that person? 213 to 208. Clock is out. 5 voting present as the tallies continue to come in. 6 vote present. They're gaveling in.
Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change a vote? On this vote, the ayes are 213 and the nays are 209. With 6 answering present, the resolution adopted. Without objection, the motion to consider is laid on the table. House will be in order.
Oh wait. They're yelling shame? They're not happy about that.
The House.
Democrats very unhappy. Adam Schiff just censured.
The House will be in order.
I believe we're going to have Adam Schiff brought down to the well. Shh, he's there.
The House will be in order.
Oh, be quiet! Get your butts in order! Where's Schiff? Bring his butt down here.
The House will be in order. Will Representative Schiff present himself in the well?
Yeah! Yeah, baby. Get your butt down there. Get on down there.
By its adoption of House Resolution 521, the House has resolved that the House of Representatives censures Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California.
Pipe down! Censure them too! You're next! Censure all those people! You're all censured.
I will begin again.
We'll do this all night, kids. We'll be here all night.
By its
I don't care.
adoption of House Resolution 521, the House has resolved that the House of Representatives censures Adam Schiff.
I got all night, kids. Where's the Capitol Police? Where's the This is obstructing an official proceeding. They are obstructing an official proceeding right now. Jacob Chansley obstructed a proceeding, they tell us. McCarthy can't even do his job. Where's Liz Cheney? Somebody call Liz Cheney. McCarthy, call the police.
By its adoption of House Resolution 521.
That's twice.
The House has resolved that the House of...
3 times! Call the cops, man! Call the cops. Round them up. Insurrection. They're insurrecting America.
I have all night.
Right now, insurrecting America. As
By
we
its
speak.
adoption of House Resolution 521, the House has resolved that the House of Representatives censures Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California, for misleading the American public.
Yeah, he did. Sorry, he did.
And for conduct unbecoming of an elected member of the House of Representatives. That Representative Adam Schiff will be forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. That Representative Adam Schiff will be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. And that the Committee on Ethics shall conduct an investigation into Representative Adam Schiff's falsehoods, misrepresentations, and abuse of sensitive information.
H.R. 521, censuring Adam Schiff, passes, and he has been censured and scolded by Congress for being somebody who was dishonest, self-serving, partisan, and political in order to advance his own interests, not the interests of America. So tremendous victory. Big shout-outs to Representative Luna and other Republicans for squeezing this one through. We know that Kevin McCarthy supported this, said that Adam Schiff earlier abused his position as chair, lied, and led America through a national nightmare with a fake Russian collusion narrative, saying, as Speaker, I removed him from the Intel Committee, and now the full House will vote to censure him and open an ethics investigation. And of course, that happened. Now, earlier today, before this all went down, Pelosi came out very upset about it. We'll see what she says in the aftermath. Here's what she was complaining about, though, before.
The former Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding and for his great presentation today. Today, we are on the floor of the House where the other side has turned this chamber, where slavery was abolished, where Medicare and Social Security and everything were instituted, they've turned it into a puppet show. A puppet show. And you know what? The puppeteer, Donald Trump, is shining a light on the strings. You look miserable. You look miserable. The only advantage to all of this is that instead of reversing what we did on the IRA to save the planet, or reversing what we did to reduce the cost of prescription drugs, you're wasting time. Adam Schiff is one of the greatest members of
the gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman's time has expired. The gentlelady's time has expired.
He said his is expired.
You're done.
The gentleman from Maryland's time has expired.
Not your house anymore. Get out.
Okay.
The gentleman from Florida is recognized.
You're done. Bye. Thanks. Sorry, not your house anymore. So that is a nice update on Adam Schiff. Censured! Man, what a total loser. You know, what a loser, man. Who gets censured these days? Adam Schiff does. Typical.